Hi guys, so it's 11 o'clock right now. I said I'd be going on with the next video. I'm thinking this is a good time. If people are having a hard time getting on, please let me know. I'm going to kind of tag some friends here real quick because I know kiddos at home, you might not get the chance to actually look at a clock. But today we are going to do a, excuse me, a butterfly, a tulip, and a sunflower. So I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. You can always watch the replay. You can always watch it again. But this is just a really nice fun summer drawing, spring drawing, I should say, now that it's getting to be about 60 degrees. So I hope everyone gets a chance to get out and get to see the sun today and have some fun stuff going on outside. Maybe see some of these tulips and some of these flowers start to come up. Maybe even get to see a butterfly. You're going to be seeing me today drink a mango smoothie. I forgot the name of it, but it's Indian. It's yogurt, a really fancy mango puree that you buy in a can, and crushed cardamom seeds. It's super, super yummy. I wish it was dessert already. So I'm going to go ahead and start going. If you're with me, just let me know. I hope, Kaden, you're going to have a fun time with this. I know it's not Superman, but I'm working on it, okay? I got to figure out how to draw Superman first, and then I can show you, okay? So first one I'm going to start off with is a butterfly, then the tulip and the sunflower, and then like yesterday, we're going to bring them all together in one page. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start bending my screen so everyone can see. So once again, I'm drawing upside down, okay? So for the butterfly first. So the butterfly that we're going to draw, we're really going to use our letters again, okay? So the first letter we're going to draw is we are going to draw the letter B. Okay, that's backwards for you guys, isn't it? I'm drawing backwards. So I'm going to draw the other letter B the right way. If you're struggling with making your letter B's, it is a straight line with two bumps next to it. Okay, so that's our letter B. Now I have two of them on either side of each other. One of them is the way we read B's, one of them is the opposite way. So just keep that in mind, they are kind of flip-flopped. From here, I'm going to make my C shape on both the top and the bottom. So now it's curved. At the top, I'm going to make my curly Q's. And that's a really quick butterfly. We want to make a little bit more of an intricate butterfly. We can start doing things like this. We can draw our oval to start with. So this will be our body of our butterfly. And from there we can kind of take this shape, this B shape of the wing. We're really going to kind of start exploring with it. So I can bring this out longer. I could pinch it to make it more of a point. It's really up to me how I try to do this. So I like butterfly wings that kind of come, they're going to come down a little bit more. So I'm kind of making two bent shapes out of this. So right now we have more of a bend. Aw, thanks for whoever gave me the quick heart. Love you. So now I have a quick bend here. So this is where I'm kind of bent down. I'm going to make a C shape inward. So this is the bottom of my wing. Like I said, this is a little bit more fancier wing. Now I'm going to take it from this point. I'm going to curve it. And then I'm going to bring it back up to about midway. So this is about midway. So I'm just going to leave a little line there so that I know where I'm going to go to. And I'm just going to hook it up. So I'll make that little C shape again towards the bottom. Figure out where I ended that last guy, which is right about here, and connect. Then I'm going to kind of take this B shape, right, that was right here, and I'm going to go up into a point. So I know that it's going to end here, but I want it to kind of come up into a point. So I'm going to make a round shape on both sides, and then use my V shape and kind of just point it off. Okay? So I'm doing a round curve, a C, a really bent, kind of spread out C again. We talked about C shapes yesterday. And a mountain shape or a V shape. So that's a little bit more of a fun butterfly, a little bit more decorative. I can add my little antennas again, do some curly cues. Here we can start playing around with some shapes. In our B, I can always put in some circles, maybe. So now I have some decorations. If you want to get real fancy, we could draw that heart we talked about yesterday, which was that V shape with the letter M on top of it. So now I'm just adding in some extra design elements. V shape M, okay? But here, let's say I want to do something a little bit more like a classic butterfly look. What I'm going to do is I need to break up some of these edges. So what I'm going to do is along this line is I'm going to kind of follow the inside line around to create a new one. I'm not going to really go into this area. It's a little tight, so I'm just going to kind of bend it around. All right, so there's my outline. From there, I'm going to take my lines and I'm going to kind of bend them just downwards, just to break them up into some sections. This doesn't have to be really organized. I like doing a Y shape towards here, but it's up to you. So when you're going to color it in, now you can start coloring it in maybe colors of the rainbow if you want to do a rainbow butterfly. If you're looking more at that monarch type of style, this would be a black. The insides would be orange. Around here, if you're doing a blue, I forgot the name of it, guys. I apologize. There is a blue butterfly. It's what the emoji butterfly is. Around here, there are dots. The top part's white. The bottom part is red. This still would be a black segmented area. This would be blue. So it's up to you. So I am going to repeat this on the other side because butterflies are great examples of symmetry. Symmetry meaning that they're the same on both sides, just like your face. You don't have one eyeball significantly higher or lower than the other one, do you? So I'm just kind of breaking this up. It's not exactly the same one I did on the other one, but it's up to you. If you want it to be really organized, that's fine. I kind of like my butterflies a little bit of some difference in them. They have the same type of patterning in them, so I'm going to call this one good. If I really wanted to, I can make those C shapes coming down. Okay, now we're going to move on to the tulip. Aw, man. My mom just added a great fairy. I'm not at fairies yet, Mom, so you got to give me some time, okay? All right, so the next one we're going to do, guys, is we are going to do a tulip. Now, tulips are pretty easy, so I'm going to start off with a tulip again that's similar to this, and then we're going to elevate to this. So for a tulip, we want to use our C shape again, or our U shape. Okay, so this is the bottom of the flower. This will be the top. And just to make a classic tulip, so maybe these are tulips that are going in the background. Maybe these are tulips that are going to go everywhere, so we don't want to spend a lot of time drawing it. We're not going to bring our eye to this tulip. I'm going to make mountain lines, so zigzag lines to the other side. Zigzag lines, if you're struggling to do zigzag lines, are just our upside down V lines over and over like that. Now, tulips classically have these 3 petal lines. That's where we really see them come in, is we have 1, 2, 3 peaks. So now let's take this tulip and we'll elevate it again. So I'm drawing here in the corner, so give me some time. So what I'm going to do for this tulip is I am going to still focus on that U shape, but I'm going to kind of change up this a little bit, okay? I'm going to change this level. So I am going to actually make a big oval, okay? Now my big oval is just a stretched out circle. Imagine a rubber band, and you're pulling the 2 sides of it. That is an oval. So we're just stretching it out. It's the same shape as our faces. It's the shape of a petal if you were to pull one off of a flower. But we're doing our oval. From here, I'm going to focus on making a moon shape. So my moon shape is going to attach right down here at the bottom of it, and it's going to come up as a bump. So I'm going to come up, following that moon shape. I'm going to bump back in. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So now I have more of a realistic petal, because we know that petals aren't this sharp, okay? But I have a more realistic petal, and if I wanted to, I can always add a few extra like this. So now these are like the petals that are tucked behind that I didn't see. And all I did was then I followed 2 more bumpy shapes and a 3rd one in. Now we got to do our stems. On this example, we could just do our stems straight down off of the paper. We're totally fine. Here for this tulip, I'm going to make another U shape. And then I'm going to do those straight lines. So this would be where the flower actually grows out of, okay? For our leaf over here, we're going to focus more on a triangle shape, it coming up and coming back in. Same with this one, but this one I'm going to curve a little bit more and make this more moon shape, like a crescent moon. Triangle, crescent moon. It's quick differences. Triangle leaf, once again, it comes up, goes back down. Crescent moon shape has a curve to it, but it's still thicker in the center part. Okay? So there is our second tulip. Now I'm going to quickly go through. I flip my page over so now you guys can see how I've been seeing these. And we're going to do a quick sunflower, okay? So this sunflower I am going to do, there isn't going to be an elevated part to it just because sunflowers are really fun. You can kind of play along with it, and I'll do it in my larger drawing. So for our sunflowers, what we're going to start off with is somewhere in the middle of your paper, if you have room, is a circle. That's it, a circle. Now this is going to be our inside of our sunflower where all of our flowers are going to get attached to. From here, I'm actually going to draw kind of a wavy line or a bumpy line, circle on the inside. So this is going to be where all my seeds of my sunflower would be. So let's talk about the petals. Now, if you're very hesitant to take a petal shape, which is a C shape, following up into a point, like this all the way around, here's the quick trick to kind of get around it. You're going to make the letter U around all of them. U, 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 and I'm making sure my U's touch the circle. U, 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 you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, said Oprah. And I'm going to keep following it around. Sometimes I got to bring it back in. I'm not trying to smush them, but I have a lot of U's now. Now it kind of looks like a sun. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that point in. Now, if you've been following along, I talked about that V shape or that mountain shape. It's just that. So I'm going to go through each of my petals that I've already made U's all the way around, and I'm just going to add that triangle shape to the top. Okay, I'm not really focusing on making them perfectly triangular. Some of these petals are going to be bigger, some of them are bent, some of them are curved. Does not matter. Okay, I'm making them a little bit longer because I do know that sunflowers have a longer one. So try your best not to draw a petal that looks a little bit like this. Okay, we want our petals to be a little bit longer than these guys because we know sunflowers are really big. Now here's the next big thing that we need to do. And I know I'm running into room over here, so I'm going to have to draw on my B, or you know what, I'm going to erase my B real quick. If you don't have a pencil at home and an eraser at home, that's fine. We could always turn that into a leaf or maybe another butterfly sitting on top of my flower. No big deal. So now in between all of these petals, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to draw this V shape again. So in between the two. So here we go. In between, V shape, V shape, V shape. I'm just trying to connect it. I'm bringing it out slightly. I'm not drawing it way out there. I'm kind of following along where these original points are. And I'm kind of just bringing it out maybe ever so slightly. We're not trying to have it stand out too much. Okay? Ooh, this is a really big one, so this is going to look a little funky, but that's okay. So I'm going to kind of get rid of that one. Now, the nice thing is, as the artist, I have the ability to make choices of where I want to add more. So I'm looking around like, this area looks really nice and packed. Same with this area. This one over here, though, because it has those big empty gaps in it, or those bigger petals, I am going to have a slightly few extra V's in there. That's it. Just 3. That's all I needed to do. Now, I'm going to erase our petal practice 2, just so we can see some leaves. Once again, yours could just be falling. It's totally fine. I am going to draw that straight line down again like we saw in the first tulip. Now I want to talk about leaves. So these leaves are a little different. And I really do like these leaves because they have like a swoosh to them. So I'm going to swoosh it out. So it looks like the letter N with a tail. Okay? From here, I want to draw a heart attached to the bottom part of that tail. So if you're, once again, if you're struggling to make hearts, it's the letter M. So I'm going to have 1 bump, 2 bumps, right along here, along that swish, and then the letter V connecting here and here. Then I'll take this point and connect it again using my moon shape. So that's one leaf. So then if I do another one, There we go. Kind of more of a bent wave to it. I'm going to draw my heart. I want to draw it attached. Okay, so far we've gone through our butterflies, our tulips, and our sunflowers. Let's talk about combining everything in one picture. So I am going to slide this over. Once again, if you guys need to rewatch something, it is available. Go ahead and rewatch. But I'm going to kind of draw everything together. So this is my spin on it. So this is not going to be following these directions exactly either, okay? So I'm going to kind of slide just a little bit. So I'm going to start with the sunflower because it is a really big flower. So I'm going to start it way back here on my page. So that way I have room. And I'm just going to do a more meatball shape. So that was that perfect first circle. Now it's meatball shape. Same with the other one. You know what? And I really do like this. I kind of want to make it a little bit more whimsical. So I'm going to add some bumpy curly cues in it. Or some straight curly cues. I'm kind of just filling it in. This is where the seeds are once again. So I'm kind of just adding my own spin to it. Now, we talked about using those U shapes. So once again, if you need to, you can go ahead and add those U shapes all the way around to kind of draw your petals. But instead of doing points, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of flare it out with a wavy line. So I'm treating my sunflower now, everything with a wavy line. Because when I get a wavy line, you're going to see that's a little bit more expressive, slightly a little bit more Van Gogh, as my students kind of saw, but also it looks a little bit more realistic. So I'm kind of going to bridge these together. So I'm going to go back and forth. So I'm still making that point, but now I'm kind of dragging it out. And my point isn't as triangular. In some areas, it looks more rectangle, and I'm okay with that because sunflowers are really great for being bushy. They take up a lot of space. One of my favorite things at my grandparents' house was their big sunflowers. We had them in my house growing up too. So now it kind of looks more like a sun. But now I'm going to go through and I'm going to add that shape back in, that bumpier line, all the way through. If I'm going too fast now, friends, you've already seen all of the directions, so you're not missing much. I'm just kind of adding some bumpy lines in between these two as well. From there, I am going to add a more wiggly line, make it nice and thick, make some two big swoosh lines, so now I can add my flower petals to it, or my leaves, sorry. Come back, attach, come back, attach. And now from there, I can start kind of building. Maybe I'm going to do a butterfly over here. Maybe my butterfly's flying, so I'm going to make it more. Maybe over here more. So there's that letter B, butterfly again. Just tilted. Maybe I give it a happy face. Who knows? It's up to me. And then over here, maybe I'll have my butterfly flying down this way. So I'll draw that again. I'm going to kind of draw that butterfly from last time, which we talked about those shapes. He got a little funky wing over here, and that's okay. I trace around. Alright, do those dots. Maybe on this one I'm really more interested. I like these dot kind of thing. Maybe I'll just... Okay, I just keep going that way so I can make it more like a rainbow one later. Okay. Now down here I'm going to do my big tulips. I'm going to do 3 nice big tulips. That's one. I'm going to angle this one again. I like angling my flowers and my butterflies because you know what? They are ant plants, and plants don't just grow necessarily straight up. Sometimes they grow a little crooked, and that's okay. Got my little bulbs underneath, how they came out of the ground. Just extending it off the page. And then maybe in between them, I have my nice tulips, which I have my U line from, my mountain lines. Oop, I had a sneak a petal in there. But I'm just kind of going along with my picture. And I'm filling some things in. I could do more sunflowers over here. Or maybe I'll do another one down here. Maybe I'll just add swirls to it. So right now I kind of have a whole composition going around this one main sunflower. I have tulips going on either side, but because I have the variety, this is still standing out, and so are these tulips. If I kept adding more and more and more of these tulips, those tulips would come out even more. So now I'm getting even littler ones, maybe little baby ones, okay? So it's just all about what you want your eye to draw attention to. Right now, for me, it's that sunflower because it's the biggest thing on my page, okay? All right. Not so bad, guys. I stayed at 20 minutes again, so I'm thinking I did okay. So that was just butterflies, tulips, and sunflowers. I know I have a request for a superhero, and I got to kind of work on that. So, Kaden, I'm sorry if you didn't like the butterflies today. But if you guys have any requests, let me know. These are just supposed to be really quick, simplistic. You can use them with anything, any drawing implement in your house. A pencil, marker, crayon, whatever you guys have, you're more than welcome to. If you have Play-Doh at home, you can always roll out the different lines. You can practice building it. That would be really fun too. But I hope to see you guys your next recommendations. And tomorrow I'll be going live once again, right around 11 o'clock, if that still works for everyone, and do another little quick drawing tutorial. If you have the ability to color these in. That's a lot of fun. It's going to take a few extra minutes for them to color in. Try and color in your lines. You just worked really hard on them. You don't want to scribble all over them. But until tomorrow, guys, I hope you have fun with today's activity.